Last week we showed you part one of Tom developing our food plot. A lot was done, of course, but now is the important part. What do we plant? Tom has more on that in part two.
Welcome back, everyone. We're back here at the food plot. We put down the food plot, the lime. We're getting ready for the seed. And Justin, is there anything else?
Yeah, no, we prepped it. You know, it's like anything else. First and foremost, address the soil. That's the only thing. I don't care what seed you pick. If the soil's not right, it's not going to produce.
So we're good there.
Yep.
Now the seed, you have multiple options. What do you like and why they're so different?
Yeah, so we put together in Sears there, we put together different seed blends of just 12 years of doing this and playing around with food plots and stuff. I've got a couple different blends that you can put in that are going to come back every year. Like the Morgan Big Buck, it has 4 different clovers and alfalfa in there. The Deer Pasture, the alfalfa and trefoil. Again, number of things are going to come back every year, so we can keep that going. So the deer, if you don't want to work your food plot every year.
Okay.
If you want to put some in every year, you can stick with like brassicas. So you have like Ecotil radish, purple top turnips, the Isaac rape. So the brassica is going to come up, and then once that frost hits them, the leaves are going to turn into sugar.
Okay.
And that's for like archery season. That's why we put it in now, because they'll be nice, tender brassica plants for them deer to come into.
All right, if I choose any one, you're going to guarantee me a big buck, right? Big buck.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
So it just depends on your neighbors, QDMA, all that. So I would pick, I'm a big one for diversity, deer just like you and I. They like a buffet. They like something different. They're a grazing animal.
Right.
So I put a lot of different seeds in my food plots because I know that I want them on my property longer, just like every other guy that hunts or woman that hunts.
All right, let's put our seed in the ground. Let's see what happens in the coming months, too.
Yeah, sounds good.
Justin, we're all planted. We're all set to go. Seed's down. Now we have to wait.
Yep.
Now, what happens if, the seed's down here, but it doesn't rain for like 2-3 weeks?
Well, that goes back to me controlling. If you get a big buck, that's your control to make sure that all these guys get rain on their food plot.
Right.
So it really depends on moisture. You know, if we go 3 weeks without rain, this is going to sit dormant for a little bit. We need moisture to germinate this seed.
Okay. Now, it'll still grow eventually when it does get rain, though, right? It just might take a while longer.
Yeah, yep. If you have rain coming in, obviously it's going to help it. And that's the seed you usually pick. If the germination is very high in this, so it'll take over and it'll help, choke the other weeds out and stuff too. So
okay. So it's just basically a wait and see what happens with it.
Yeah, yep. And it should be okay. I mean, you got it roll. We use the Plowmaster. I mean, we rolled it in. We got seed to soil contact. That's most important, and make sure that that's all good. So yeah, now we wait.
All right. So just wait for a couple months, couple weeks, depending how we look at it, and hopefully see some big bucks out here later on this fall too.
Right on.
All right. Catch you next week. We're talking more about what's going on across our garden, and stay tuned for those details next week.